Hi, thank you so much for watching. This is a pick a card reading, and this is going to be Halloween themed. So this is a timeless reading, so it does not have to be spooky season in order for you to watch this reading or connect with it. But at the time of filming, we are about 2 weeks-ish away from Halloween. So we're gonna do totally Halloween style here. And this is, as you may already know, the time around Halloween. The veil is at its thinnest. So it really is the best time for channeling and getting in touch with the other side, specifically spirits from the other side. So for this Halloween themed pick a card reading, I am going to look into which spirit is watching over you. Is there a specific spirit who is watching over you, and who are they, and what is a message that they want to say to you, and how can you get in better touch with them? Okay, so I feel that we all have certain spirits who are watching over us. And for some of you, this can be relatives, ancestors. If you had a recent relative or family member who passed away, or close friend who passed away, this could be them looking over you, trying to communicate with you here. This could also be an unborn baby, a spirit baby, a future baby that you may have in the future. Or this could be an angel. This could be someone who is not even human, maybe even alien. So yeah, it's going to depend for everyone. And through this reading, hopefully you can get a better idea of who this may be and what they're hoping to communicate with you. Okay, so when you feel ready, you can pick a card and go ahead. I'm gonna have timestamps below so you can check that out. So we have 3 piles here. And remember, if you don't resonate with a pile, you can go back to another pile, or if you feel called to more than one, that's perfectly fine as well. So we have pile number 1 here, and we have this blackish grayish crystal. I am blanking on the name right now, so what is this? Black something. I will put the name in the description though. We have honey calcite, so sort of orangey, maybe yellowish, if I can get that to focus. And we have black obsidian here as pile number 3. So go ahead, and whenever you're ready, pick a pile and click on the timestamp. I'll have it below, and go ahead. Thanks again for watching. Hello, pile number 1. So you chose black tourmaline. I'm so sorry for blanking out during the description, but yes, this is the beautiful black tourmaline. It's got some black, it's got some silver. So this is the stone and the pile that you chose. So I'm going to start off rolling the dice. Let's see what energy we're working with here. Okay, we've got a 9. So the 9th house, we have Taurus and Saturn. Okay, so some of you, this spirit guide, if they did live before, this is someone who you knew in life. It could have been a Taurus sun, moon, or rising, possibly. And if this is maybe an unborn child, this could be their future zodiac sign. This could also be possibly one of your zodiac signs as well. We have the 9th house. So we have Sagittarius also coming up here. And this is all about like travel and studies as well, extensive studies. So some of you could really connect with the spirit through travel. It could be someone from like a very foreign land. They could have lived very far from here, not where you're currently living right now. So you may find yourself more connected with the spirit through traveling and through going somewhere else, somewhere different. Also, learning and extended education is coming up here. So some of you yourself, you could be in college or a graduate program, or you could be learning new things right now, even just like as a hobby, just teaching yourself new things for fun, taking on new intellectual challenges here. This could also be a sign that the spirit watching over you is someone who is very smart and very accomplished and very driven. And if this is someone who was, their most recent life, I would say they could have achieved a lot, and they could have been known as someone who was a big goal setter and someone who really chased after their dreams. And this could be them encouraging you to chase after your dreams if you have a lot of big dreams yourself. Then we have Saturn too. So for zodiac, we've got possibly Aquarius or Capricorn coming up here. This could also be a father or a grandfather, or a great grandfather, maybe even beyond that, like great, because Saturn is very fatherly energy. So the spirit watching over you they could definitely be some type of father to you, or maybe they served as a father figure earlier in your life or in a previous lifetime, okay? And this could also be, another sign that this could be an unborn baby here because of this paternal energy coming up, okay? Especially if this could represent you having the fatherly energy here. So I'm going to put these aside and then we'll get into your cards. So let's first look at your Halloween card. You have a Night Song, Hidden Talents. Okay, so definitely, first off, birds, specifically red robins, are playing like a very huge role here. I immediately thought of the restaurant Red Robin too. So I don't know if that restaurant could be of significance to you, if that's somewhere that you went with someone, or I don't know, that the restaurant itself somehow could serve of significance here. But also just like birds in general, it doesn't have to be a red robin, but just seeing birds, hearing them sing too, hearing them sing. The color red too, even like orange as well, like orangey red, and maybe even pink for some of you. If you see that color a lot, I think that is a sign of your spirit guide being there and giving you confirmation that they are with you here. Also through song itself too, if you hear like certain songs come up on the radio, or if you're at the grocery store or shopping and you hear a specific song, that could definitely be them reaching out to you. I feel like this specific spirit guide really likes to sing too, so they could definitely speak to you through song as well. I feel like there's something coming up about having like really strong determination and wanting to achieve a lot too. And I feel like the spirit is talking to you, and I think they see that you are a very talented, very knowledgeable person, and you've accomplished a lot, but I feel like a lot of these goals that you've accomplished are very much hidden. And I feel like you're someone who, you could be very humble and someone who is not one to brag. And I feel like the spirit watching over you, they notice like how talented you are, especially when it comes to certain things. Like it could be your job, but I feel like that's only part of it. A lot of it is like hobbies that you have, or maybe side hustles or something. And it's something that most people don't realize, like how much work you put into it, or they don't realize how naturally it comes to you. But the spirit that you have watching over you, like they see just how talented you truly are, and they get this behind the scenes look at everything you're doing, something that the rest of the world can't see because they only see the surface of it. So the spirit here, like they're really proud of you. They recognize all of these hidden talents that you have yourself. And some of you could be really great singers as well too, maybe dancers too. And it's just something that most people wouldn't know about you, but the spirit here, they see that because they see the behind the scenes here. So let's get a better look at who your spirit guide could be, or not necessarily your guide, but the spirit watching over you. So we have love conquers all, enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a sip of water here. So definitely love plays a huge role here. And that really doesn't surprise me that the spirit watching over you truly does have unconditional love for you. And that can go so many ways. For a lot of you, this is a platonic love, or this is a family type of love. And for some of you, this can be a romantic type of love. This could be someone from the other side who maybe you had like a past life relationship with, and you just weren't necessarily lined up with each other's lives right now. So you didn't have that chance to be together in this life, but in previous lives you were together. This could also be someone who, looks over, some of you could be in a relationship right now, or you're going to be very soon, and the spirit here is really pushing for that. I feel like there could be like a relationship that your spirit watching over you really applauds and really wants to make happen. Okay, so this spirit watching over you could be like working hard to try to make sure that you can find a long-lasting and committed relationship here. So let's see how to connect with your spirit. Black cat, good luck. Okay, wow. So some of you, the spirit watching over you could actually be not even human, okay? It could be a pet, and most especially a cat. It does not have to be a black cat, but that also adds to it. Like if you had a black cat in your childhood, this is very strong here. But even like a cat, even any type of pet like a dog or any of that, this could be your spirit who is watching over you. You could have like a childhood pet who is with you right now. And I also have to say, if they are human, that they have a strong connection with cats specifically. So I feel like this could be a spirit who just really loves cats, which this may apply to you if you yourself really love cats too. This could be like a shared love of cats. So if you just see like a stray cat walking by, or if a black cat crosses your path, then you know that this spirit here is communicating with you and saying hello. And they could definitely be speaking to you through cats too. And if you have cats yourself, they could also be like, they could be like a ghost who is like playing with your cats, because I do believe that cats can see ghosts, that they are on this like supernatural level. So they could definitely be playing with your cats, and kind of like, if your cat acts kind of weird and like you feel like they're seeing something, that could definitely be this spirit who is watching over you. And yeah, that's all I get for the oracle cards. So I'm going to put these aside and take a look at your tarot cards now, and we're gonna see like what message does the spirit have for you? What would they like to tell you? Queen of Bats, reverse. Three of Bats. The Star in reverse. Three of Pumpkins. The Lovers. Love is coming up again. And then we also have Five of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. The Empress in reverse. Wow. Queen of Swords, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So we have a lot of feminine energy here. So I feel like the spirit watching over you could definitely be female or someone with feminine energy. At the same time, you yourself could be a female and or highly feminine energy here. So the Queen of Swords came up twice, and we also had the Queen of Wands and the Empress, which she is the ultimate queen here. So queens can represent pregnancy, especially the Empress too. And the fact that most of these queens are in reverse, this could definitely be like an unborn child here who is waiting to live, waiting to come into life, waiting for you to get pregnant with him or her. And I am leaning on the her side because of all of these queens coming out, but of course it could go either way. This spirit watching over you has a lot of love for you here, but they do feel a strong sense of separation between the two of you with this, both of these Queen of Swords, especially this one in reverse. And then we have Three of Bats too, which is Three of Swords. So there is like this sense of separation here. Of course, anyone from the other side, I would imagine, is going to feel a strong sense of separation between this world and that world. But this spirit here specifically feels it very strongly too. I feel like there is something very significant about a love or romantic connection here. Okay, so they could have something to say about, like I said, like some of you could be in a relationship and others this could be a sign that you will be in a relationship very soon. And this is something that the spirit watching over you really supports and really wants to bring forth, especially if it is if it is a spirit baby or an unborn child waiting to be born. They could be really like trying to bring the two of you together, especially with this 3 of pumpkins. Like, if it is a spirit baby, it could be them as like the 3rd pumpkin here, and they're working really hard to bring you together with someone. I feel like a lot of you could be in a separation, or you could be having some problems or trouble with your current twin flame or soulmate right here. And so this could be the spirit is like working to help you resolve these issues and bring the two of you together. So what else do I see? They're trying to really help you. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people who could be starting some drama in your life or trying to maybe keep you apart from your twin flame or soulmate. And I feel like the spirit here is telling you to just ignore what other people think. And there is also something about the past here with 6 of Wands in reverse and the Star coming out in reverse. So there is some sadness here, I have to say, that your spirit is feeling right now. And I do feel like a lot of this is because either they just feel very disconnected from you, or they could see that you are going through some type of strong disconnection right now, perhaps from your twin flame. And they may be trying to help you go back into the past and really help you mend things with this person here. And I feel like your advice is, I feel like some type of apology or reconciliation may be on the horizon for some of you. And I think your advice is to really stand in your feminine power, whether you are a man or a woman. Just really embrace this feminine power here, and don't be ashamed of being womanly. And especially if you are a woman yourself, don't be ashamed of being a woman and what that comes with. And whether you are a man or a woman, don't be afraid to be emotional. Don't be afraid to get in your feelings. And if there's something that you need to cry out just to release, that's something that you should just do. Just go for it. Having feelings and crying definitely does not make you weak at all. And that is basically the summary of what I have. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. If not, you can always check out another pile. Okay, so please give me your support. Please leave a positive comment. Let me know what you think. Give a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you so much, and I wish you many blessings. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. You chose this honey calcite. Here's a better look at it. And let's go ahead and get into your reading. We won't waste any time. So I am going to start by rolling your dice. And we're going to look into the spirit who is watching over you, who they are, what type of message they have for you. Okay, so we have Scorpio coming up. We have the 11th house, and we have Jupiter. Okay, so Scorpio, this person, if they were in your life or their most recent past life. They could have been a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. Also, you yourself could be Scorpio too. And I love that this came up because Halloween takes place during Scorpio season. So that's just so perfect. And again, a reminder that this is a timeless reading, so you can watch this anytime and it can apply to you. But I'm just saying, as I record this, we are getting into Halloween. So it's actually still Libra season at the moment, but anyways, now I'm gonna ramble. So the 11th house this is connected to Aquarius. So we also have the sign of Aquarius coming up. So this is a strong like friendship and community type of vibe. So with 11, I automatically think of 1111. So some of you could just have like more than one specific spirit watching over you. This can be like a whole group of people actually, which may make this reading a little more difficult, but it could definitely be like more than one person who I am picking up on. For a select few of you, this could also have to do with twins too. So if you happen to know a set of twins who have passed on, this would be confirmation that this is them. Or if you have a spirit baby or a future child awaiting you, this could be a set of twins for a select few of you. Otherwise could be someone who, just a strong like group and community vibe. Okay, so we also have Jupiter. Now this connects to Pisces and Sagittarius here. And Jupiter is all about blessings and good luck too. So I feel like your spirit here, they kind of can serve as your good luck charm here. And the fact that you have them connected to you, watching over you on the other side, they can bring you a lot of blessings. And you may be someone who just experiences a lot of serendipity or random moments of really good luck, or you'll get stuck in a sticky situation and somehow find yourself magically out of it. And I want to say that this spirit watching over you has a lot to do with it, and has a lot to do with protecting you and making sure that your blessings are flowing in and that you are abundant. Okay, so this spirit watching over you does bring a lot of good luck towards you. Okay, this could also be someone with a very big personality as well, someone who you just cannot ignore. They're very much out there. They're very bold too. Okay, so that is all I have for the dice, and let's get into your cards. So your Halloween card is Skeleton, which is strength. So I have to say that you are, to point out the very obvious with this card, is that you are very strong, and the spirit who is watching over you specifically sees that you do have a lot of strength. And you could be someone who's very independent as well. And the spirit watching over you recognizes how much independence you have. And you have definitely gone through a lot of heaviness, a lot of things that could break you, things that could break you down. And you just did not let that happen. You just kept going. And I think the spirit really admires your positive attitude and the way that you have a lot of hope and you have a lot of optimism, which is something that they recognize and admire about you. you have definitely been through it, but you just keep your head up. You keep your head held high and you don't let things break you down, basically. So the next card, I'm going to see who this spirit is. And we have a nightmare. So a psychic protection, shield, bad dreams. Okay, so I do get strong protective energy when it comes to the spirit watching over you. So they could definitely be like a parental figure or someone who serves as a parental role in your life, or just someone who wants to look out for you and wants to see the best for you. I feel like this spirit does contact you through dreams, and they basically act as like a psychic shield for you against not just bad luck, but against demons, against negative spirits, as well as negative people in your material world, in your waking life. This spirit here provides a lot of protection for you, and they help you to keep up your strength and to not let negative situations weigh you down or hold you back. This spirit is there during your bad dreams. I feel like they communicate with you through your dreams, and they are there to help prevent you from having nightmares too. And I feel like this spirit themselves is they are very brave themselves. So they not only recognize the bravery in you, but they themselves are just extremely courageous. And I kind of get like strong loyalty vibes and strong, like, I will do anything for you, like I will look out for you. And they basically serve as like a watchdog for you, but of course spiritually and psychically. And I feel like they're kind of almost like they're ready to fight anyone who challenges you or gets in your way. They are ready to kind of just like strike them down. And they're very tough too. This is like a very no nonsense type of energy. They're like, if you do anything to hurt my person, I will come after you. I will give you bad dreams. Like, they will haunt anyone who does you wrong, and they will help you serve out your karma and your justice. Okay, so we have crystals and healing. So the best way to get in touch with the spirit who is looking over you is through crystals. And there are so many things you could do with crystals. I mean, we literally have a crystal right here. So honey calcite too could specifically be a crystal for you to work with. And also the crystal here that I have, this beautiful clay figure that I have, she is holding tiger's eye too. So either one of those crystals could serve a lot of meaning to your spirit who is looking after you. And like I said, you can do so many things with crystals, but what first comes to mind is meditating with the crystal. So picking one up that really means something to you, that you feel like a connection with, and just holding it in your hands and meditating and really just focusing on the energy of the crystal and closing your eyes and just letting your mind just kind of I don't know. It's hard if you don't know anything about meditation. I definitely encourage you to look that up. And so incorporating a crystal into your meditation is really going to help. It's going to help open up your third eye and help you receive messages. And this is really the best way for you to communicate with the spirit watching over you, to really just shut off your thoughts and meditate and hold a crystal and let the thoughts just flow in, and let this guide or let the spirit speak to you that way, just through your mind. So also, you know, your spirit here is really encouraging you to bring more crystals into your life. So wearing crystal jewelry or keeping crystals in your pocket, in your purse, your wallet, by your bed, under your pillow, your nightstand, around the house, etc. This is really going to help bring in healing energy for you. And I feel like this spirit watching over you sees that you are in need of deep healing right now. And I feel like everyone in general is in need of healing. I think that could apply to literally everyone in this world. But I do feel like you specifically, you could have gone through something recently that was just very heavy, and something that could be blocking your communication with the spirit is not being able to fully heal yourself. And so you could be letting yourself become wrapped up in negative thoughts and not really seeing the truth for what it is. So yeah, and the spirit is telling you that you really need to like breathe more too, and remember that you're still breathing too. You might have a tendency to just hold your breath and not even realize, and so this creates even more anxiety in your head. So your spirit here sees that you do go through a lot of anxiety and a lot of worries, and so again, through crystal healing, through meditation, through being in the presence of crystals and remembering to breathe, could really help you relieve all of this anxiety and get back in touch with the spirit who is watching over you. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to take a sip of water real fast, and then we'll get into your tarot cards to see what specific messages does the spirit have for you. So we have the Two of Ghosts, the Empress reverse, which also came out for the last reading, the Hanged Man reverse, the Four of Pumpkins reverse. Wow, they're all reversals. And the Two of Pumpkins also reverse. Okay, which is not a bad thing. Don't freak out. It's just funny. We also have Three of Wands. Okay. Seven of Cups. King of Swords. Temperance reverse, and Two of Wands reverse. Okay, so I do get a lot of like impatient energy from the spirit who is watching over you. So they could be anxious or waiting for something to happen specifically. Okay, so for some of you, this could definitely be like an unborn child who is waiting to be born here, especially seeing like the Empress reverse. The Empress is all about pregnancy and giving birth. So, you know, seeing her reverse too could be like that this hasn't happened yet. So this can definitely be a spirit baby here who is waiting to be born, waiting to reunite with you. It could possibly be twins again for a small amount of you with this Two of Ghosts here. What else? So yeah, I feel like that's a strong message here, is the sense of like impatience and waiting for something to happen here. So that's definitely a strong possibility, is that the spirit here specifically is a spirit baby who is waiting to be born. Other case scenarios, if this is not a spirit baby, if this is someone else, they are just waiting for something specifically to happen in your life. So there could be some type of milestone or some type of fated event that is supposed to happen very soon. And I feel like your spirit here is like, when is this gonna happen? Like, this needs to happen now. This needs to happen sooner. I cannot wait here. I cannot wait any longer. I think you yourself, you may have a lot of options here, and you may be unsure about which path to take in life. Okay, you could be at sort of this fork in a road type of situation here where you don't know what your next move should be. And I feel like spirit is saying, or this specific spirit here is saying that like their advice for you is that the worst thing you can do right now is just wait. And I think there's a choice that needs to be made, and you yourself may be very overwhelmed by something. You could be looking back on the past here too, but this spirit specifically watching over you is being very firm in that you must decide, you must make this decision, whatever it is. And I think it seems like the spirit here is encouraging you to be very logical about this decision. Okay, obviously, when it comes to debating between the head and the heart, I don't think you should ever ignore your heart at all. Like, of course, honor your desires, honor what your feelings tell you, but ultimately it seems that you do need to put a lot of logic into this decision that must be made. You are being advised to be very clear and very firm about what you want. Also, don't be afraid to set a boundary. Don't be afraid to say no to people who do not deserve your time or attention, people who take advantage of you, especially people who expect you to chase after them as well. So yeah, just obviously I always say follow your heart, but like don't forget about logic. Be very firm and clear about this decision, and the spirit doesn't want you to put this off any longer. They want you to make the choice as soon as possible, but not in an impulsive way, in a very matter-of-fact and rational way. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that resonated. If not, you can always check out a different pile. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. You can leave a positive comment and also subscribe for more. And let me know what other type of readings you'd like to see. I wish you many blessings. Hey, pile number 3. So you chose this black obsidian. Beautiful stone here. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So what spirit guide is watching over you? Or not necessarily spirit guide, but a spirit. Could be a person, an angel, spirit baby, And what message do they have for you? Okay, wow. So first off, we have Scorpio and the 11th house, and I literally got these two exact same dice for pile number 2. So you may want to check out pile number 2. There could definitely be a connection there. I find that so crazy when I happen to roll the same dice. And as you know, there are no coincidences here in tarot or any type of divination. So yeah, you definitely will want to check out pile number 2. I feel like there must be some type of connection there. So I will basically say for these first 2 days what I said for pile number 2, in that with Scorpio, this spirit watching over you, they could have been in their most recent life a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. And if this is a spirit baby, they may come into this world as a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. And also it's possible you yourself may be a Scorpio. And also it's a perfect zodiac sign because Halloween takes place during Scorpio season. So it just kind of reinforces the theme of it all. And again, this is a timeless reading, and it does not have to be Halloween when you watch this, but it is Halloween themed. So the 11th house connects to the sign of Aquarius. So the same could apply what I said about Scorpio to you or this spirit. Also, another thing I mentioned with pile number 2 is that 11 can represent twins here. So if this could possibly, is going to be a small possibility, but for some of you, if this is an unborn baby, this could be 2 of them, okay? This could be maybe 2 babies who are born very close to each other, or literally twins. This could be twin babies for you if it is a spirit baby. And it could also be, you know, if you knew relatives who were twins, or if you knew someone earlier in your life who passed on and they were twins, that could definitely serve as confirmation here that they are watching over you. And this also could have to do with community and this could be someone who is very involved in the community, or maybe if you knew them before they passed on, you could have been involved in some type of team or community with them. This is also a strong friendship energy too. This could be someone who you used to be very good friends with, if they did pass on somewhat recently, or you could have had a past life together, or many past lives where the 2 of you were just best friends with each other. And yeah, I think that's all I get for the 11th house here. And then we also have Mars. So this is different. So pile number 2 got these same first 2 results, but they also got Jupiter. So now you have Mars. So actually in ancient astrology, Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So this is yet even more Scorpio energy here. We also have the sign of Aries coming up as well. And so Mars is if you know anything about astrology, you know that Mars is a very passionate and aggressive sign too. And so sometimes it can even be like sexual energy as well, which can obviously relate to procreation if this is a spirit baby. Or this could have even been like a past life lover, or maybe a lover who you knew who passed on. So there could be something to do with sexuality there, but it doesn't have to be. This is just very like competitive, aggressive energy. Okay, so this person is coming in like the spirit is coming in very strongly too. Okay, and again, this spirit who is watching over you does not necessarily have to be a person. They could even be like an animal, a pet, or maybe even an alien for some of you. So I'm gonna move this aside and let's get into your cards. So your Halloween card is the underworld here, where all things pause and begin again. Okay, so obviously with the theme of this reading in general, we are speaking of someone who is from the other side, who is in the afterlife right now, who has passed on or possibly has not been born yet within your lifetime. Okay, so someone who, yeah, like I said, is on the other side, the underworld. So we do have the theme of, if any of you are into mythology, then you might know about the underworld, Persephone, and the pomegranate myth too. And if you don't know anything about that, I would highly recommend you to look into that. Look into the myth of Persephone and her lover Hades, who is god of the underworld, and the story of how her mother Demeter fought for her and Hades gave her a pomegranate or a pomegranate seed, and this kind of made her bound to him. Okay, so if you don't know anything about the Persephone myth, I would definitely look into that because that's coming up very strongly here. So this could definitely have something to do with, like, first of all, mythology in general. So if you are into mythology, that can be a huge connection here, or maybe the spirit specifically is into mythology. Maybe this is even Persephone herself coming up, okay? It is possible. So also, again, with the theme of this card, this has a lot to do with the changing of the seasons as well, because this whole pomegranate myth sort of is an explanation for the change of the seasons. So of course, Halloween, we have going into fall, but this can also have to do with spring too. So the season of fall or spring could be of significance to you. So it may have been when the spirit passed on, or it may be when the spirit feels most connected to you and feels like they can reach you the most and communicate with you. Also thinking of the myth, thinking of Persephone and Demeter, this could be a mother, okay? This could be a grandmother, a great-grandmother, or some type of motherly figure who is watching over you. This could also be an unborn child. You could be a mother, or you could become a mother very soon. For some of you, a father too. And it's also strong romantic ties too. So there's something to do with like a very heavy romance here, as represented by the Persephone and Hades myth. Okay, so I'll put that aside. So who is the spirit watching over you? Oh, wow. We have ancient, ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance. So I'm getting a lot of messages here. So I'm getting that this is definitely a family member here. So this could be a family member who you knew, who passed on recently, maybe mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, a cousin, an aunt, uncle, etc. This could be a very distant relative who you never even met in this current life, at least. And also this could be a spirit baby. This could be a spirit grandchild even for some of you, great-grandchild even. Like, I am getting definitely someone within your family lineage here who is watching over you right now. There is something to do with ancient Egypt for sure. So I'm getting that you were definitely, you may have not even known this person at all in this current life. Maybe you will meet them eventually when they are born. But I definitely get that you lived many lives together with the spirit. Okay, I'm getting like your soul ties go way, way back, all the way into ancient times. And for most of you, specifically into ancient Egypt, where you could have had a very significant life together with this spirit. Okay, so I do feel a lot of you, this could be your future child. This could even be if you do have children now. Well, okay, sorry. Backing up. This could be your future child, or this could be someone who, I was gonna say if you already have kids, maybe a future grandchild, because they're definitely not born yet as you're watching this reading. So this is someone who is on the other side right now, but that doesn't mean that they're there forever. It means that they can definitely be coming into your life very soon, or with sometime within your lifetime. They may even come in as like a niece or a nephew, okay, or a cousin's child or something like that. Okay, and like I said, maybe even further along in time, a great-grandchild, something like that. But you have really strong soul ties with one another. They are within your family, and you've like been through, you've really been through it with one another. And again, this can be traced all the way back to ancient times, ancient Egypt specifically. Okay, so we have fortune cookie for Tuis. So this card represents how you can get in touch with your spirit, with the spirit specifically who is watching over you. So I have to say, like with these fortune cookies that you get within Chinese food, okay, there could be something that has to do with Chinese or Asian descent, possibly, for some of you that could connect, okay, especially if that is within your family of Asian or Chinese heritage. That's definitely coming out here. Also, just something about like Chinese food takeout, okay, this could be someone who like in their recent life, they ate a lot of Chinese food, which I know is kind of like a silly message to pass on, but just have to say that could be of significance for some of you. If you see like one of these like cheesy messages that comes up, and it doesn't have to be from a fortune cookie, like for example, I buy a certain type of tea and the tea bags have little messages written on them, very similar to a fortune cookie. So I feel like these little messages, this is your spirit speaking to you. That's sort of how they speak to you, through these cheesy little messages. I feel like the spirit is someone who is just like, they're very wise, and they're definitely an old soul, especially with this ancient card. Like, the spirit watching over you has lived so many lives. I want to say that they have lived more lives than you have. Maybe even double, triple, quadruple lives. Like, they are super experienced when it comes to living. And so they just have a lot of wisdom. So if you see words of wisdom, or words of wisdom could randomly pop up in your thoughts, in your head, or they could randomly come out of someone's mouth, and know that these words of wisdom are specifically coming from this soul, because they are just like, they're just a walking fortune cookie. Like, they have so many timeless messages to tell you. So pay attention to that for sure. So now we are going to get into your tarot cards to see what specific messages the spirit has for you. The Hierophant reverse, Eight of Ghosts, reverse. Nine of Bats. Seven of Ghosts. Queen of Imps. Justice. Eight of Wands. The Hermit. Page of Cups, and lastly, Six of Swords. Okay, so lots of messages here. So your spirit, the spirit watching over you, they definitely they notice your independence, and they see that you're someone who's very much independent here. And you kind of like to call the shots. You like to do your own thing. A lot of you could have this very strong feminine energy, whether you're male or female, but you're very firm with what you want, and you know how to take control is what the spirit specifically notices about you. And they see that you you take control, but in sort of like a soft and sweet way. And you're not someone who is like overly dominating, but at the same time, you know how to hold power against other people. And the spirit really wants to see you continue to take charge and know that, and really like embrace your independence. They like to see you embrace your independence. The spirit is also saying that like you don't need a man. Okay, this is very specific, and I want to keep this gender neutral, but it's coming out as you do not need a man to fulfill you. That's like a very strong message coming from the spirit here. So take it as it applies, whether you're male, female, straight, or gay, whatever. Like, you do not need a partner to fulfill you. And some of you may be thinking about that a lot and wondering, like, do you need a person to complete you? You may be having like a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights, and you may be wondering if you should return to someone, or if you should move on, or how to move forward with your life. And the spirit watching over you just really admires your independence, and they find it to be very beautiful. And they definitely encourage you to do the non-traditional thing. So they're saying that you don't need to get married, okay? If you're single right now and you feel pressure to get married, you don't have to do that. And if you're someone who is already married, a select few of you may be debating divorce, and that might actually be a good step for you. And for others who are married, you may just be like, the spirit watching over you is really encouraging you to like try something different within your marriage, and kind of let go of those gender roles, or let go of those expectations you had, and like, don't be afraid to try something different when it comes to your marriage or your relationship. And if you are single, like, it's okay to stay that way. What else? So that's basically the strongest message I get here. I also feel like, justice is coming too with this card. I think the spirit watching over you also notices that you have a admirer, possibly a secret admirer here, or someone who really cares about you. And you might not be able to see this because you're in it, but because the spirit is watching you from like an outsider's perspective, they can see that someone in your energy field definitely has like a crush on you, or some type of love for you. And they definitely want you to they're encouraging you to really like stand your ground. I think you have multiple admirers here too with the Seven of Cups, like definitely not just one. And I feel like the spirit is saying, like, they want to give you advice and tell you to just keep moving forward, keep focusing on yourself. And people in the past, or from your recent past really, who have hurt you, like, just move forward and just trust that karma will get them back and that justice will come, because it will eventually come. It might take some time, but the sooner you move forward, the sooner this person or these people can get their karma and get what they deserve, okay? Because the spirit is saying that, like, you're really too good for most people. Like, they're saying you're beautiful, you're strong, you're independent, we're not born to do things traditionally. You're here to just take your own path, take the road less traveled. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope it resonated. If not, you can always check another pile. You can also check out, I have many other pick a card readings that you can watch. And thank you so much for your support. Please leave a positive comment if you liked it. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I wish you many blessings and happy Halloween.